This would be a good time to ingest some extra caffeine. Late night adventures on the gridiron, and we all know anything can happen when you kick off after dark. Welcome to Vaught Hemingway Stadium, home of the Ole Miss Rebels. As we'll see a squad from the Sun Belt, the Georgia State Panthers, taking on the 19th ranked team in the land, the Ole Miss Rebels. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. The Rebels' long wait is coming to an end as they'll put a foot to it and the season will get underway. On the move from inside is 5. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. The Panthers' offense will have the football first. Let's take a quick second to call out some of the impact players their coaches mentioned in meetings this week. Anything you guys heard that really resonated with you?
Yeah, I love when coaches talk about guys that bring it every single day. Like, that we can depend on them. They can get other guys lined up. They're always motivated. They're always being a great teammate. These are the guys that coaches love.
And big-time players make big plays in big games, right? These are the guys that have to play well if they're going to win games like this. It'll be interesting to see what they do today.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down mark. Let's talk for a second about Georgia State. The only important expectations are the ones inside the program, but when you start the season on the outside of the rankings looking in, it can give you a little bit of an edge, can it?
Yeah, they want to prove to everybody they should have been ranked coming into this year. These players are angry. They feel like they're being disrespected, and they want to make a point to the entire college football world with a big win today.
Yeah, and you hear it all season, and you see it every year. The teams come out of nowhere, and they feel like they've got a lot of potential, a lot of high-ranked players on the squad, and they're going to put it together, and that they'll get themselves into those rankings.
So Ole Miss offense will take the field for the first time. And this running game might have a huge advantage when they get to the second level of this defense, David.
Well, and this is a big challenge. Like, you're overmatched. You understand this guy is a top-shelf player, and I'll be honest, this defense has kind of struggled a little bit this season, but this individual matchup, you got to get him on the ground.
There he goes! And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5. And the Rebels are in the hurry-up. They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. And he got nothing, and the line of scrimmage is still the 5-yard line. Can the defense stop them again on second and goal? Dropping back, it's Simmons. Here he goes breaking the pocket. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
Well, he tried everything he could that time just to not take a negative play. He didn't get sacked. It was a great job avoiding that. He's just able to get what he can.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Rebels! They're on the board first here in the season opener.
Third and goal, you're going to turn around and just give it to this guy who just has a nose for the end zone. He's able to find the crease and pay it off for his offense.
And the extra point splits the uprights. The returner will field it and try to do some business. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. On the ground, it's Amos. He'll be stopped just short of the 20 at the 19. Give him 1.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Second down, they'll go to the air. He fires one deep down the right side.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels. If you pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
Quarterback on the move, still looking. Unleashes one. And it's knocked away, incomplete on third down. Georgia State will send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. A fair catch is called for and made just across the 50-yard line. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Nice job by this defense creating that negative play. That's what all defenses want to do. But look at this. This offense, they ain't scared. Right back on the ball, ready to run another play, ready to make this defense work.
You know, you think back on the Jackson Dart era at Ole Miss, best 3-year run in more than 50 years. Now Austin Simmons steps in, full of potential, Jesse, to lead the Rebels to further glory.
Yeah, quarterbacks have played so well under Lane Kiffin in recent years. You can even go ahead of Jackson Dart back to Matt Corral and what he was doing in that offense. So now the lefty takes over. This dude's got a lot of talent. He can make every single throw on the field. Lane Kiffin's playbook is completely at this guy's disposal, and because of that, you know there are going to be a lot of big plays for the Rebels.
The Rebels are moving quickly down the field. From the gun, they'll try the middle. Going to be a gain of about 3 down to the 21. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6.
And that wasn't a big gain, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
Back to throw, it's Simmons. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. And he feels the heat coming in. It burns him up. Another sack. Now on 4th down, here comes the field goal team. He boomed it through. A 50-yard field goal showing off that powerful leg. So they're lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3-spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut him down. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Georgia State takes over, ready to send out the offense. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. He's going to run it. Across the 35, out of bounds at the 36, and a really good pickup as they're starting to move. Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Got a man, it's Robinson.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Looking to fire. Throws to the wideout. Oh, what a play! It's intercepted. Going the other way, and he's got room. He scampers out of bounds right at the 19-yard line, and man, are they set up. Split backs here. Wants to throw on first down. It's complete to the right. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. And the Rebels want to move quickly. Hand off from the shotgun. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Looking downfield at Simmons. Fires into the end zone. And he'll sail it way too far for everybody. And for the 2nd time tonight, they'll trot out the field goal kicker. And this one is perfect. And they'll push that lead out a little further. So they were able to put up a 3-spot on that last drive. And now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Power football with the run. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
Man, just a great job by the defense being stout. All right, that's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
Love the physicality of the secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
This should be the last play of the quarter. On third and long. Try to convert through the air. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. They didn't give him much of a chance to make that play even bigger, but the turnover has him set up at the 16. We've come to the end of the period, and Ole Miss is on top. Man, that was an impressive and dominant first quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. Gets it all the way down to the 2-yard line. He was fighting for that end zone. The Rebels have it in scoring position on first and goal. Back in motion, trying to clear the picture. Got it behind the line. It's Taylor. Touchdown, Ole Miss! All that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score.
Yeah, and now this offense building that lead. It's still the first half, but I'll tell you what, shown some glimpses of why they could become a really good offense. Listen, you go into halftime, more of the same, right? Continue to do what you're doing, take care of the football. This offense has looked really good in the first half.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Solid return, decent field position as he goes out of bounds at the 30. They'll put the ball in play from their own 30-yard line. Brown will throw it. He wants to take the top off. And the defense making a play and getting a hand on that pass.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just
going for it all. And here's the third interception of the night. No real chance on the return, but they've got it at the 34. Off the play fake on first down. Here comes the rush, and they've got it wrapped up at the 28. This pass rush has just been relentless, and you can bet your bottom dollar they're about to bring the heat again. Here's the pressure. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Pocket breaking down. And this defense goes back-to-back sack, Jack. And the Rebels send out the punt unit. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. Looking to throw on first down. Fires to the wideout. He makes the catch. Stop is made at the 36, but he picked up 10 on that one and has a fresh set of downs. They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Riles. And he's brought down after a nice game.
Well, the defense did a nice job taking everything away down the field, but once the drag route was caught, they just couldn't rally to the ball carrier in time to make a tackle, and as a result, new set of downs.
They make the stop, but you can't give up 4 yards a chunk on the ground down in this area of the field. It's at the 18. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Brown wants to pass. Quickly complete.
Well, I think for that play to work, you need to have some access and cushion and coverage. For the receiver to be able to do something with it after the catch. That time, the defender was just way too close, all over him, and he tackles him for no gain.
Quick strike complete. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. On fourth down, they could boot the field goal, but looks as if they'll go for it. On fourth down, looking to pass. Can't make the connection, and the defense gets a fourth down stop. Use the play fake, now to throw. The sure hands, it's Diggs.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
Looking for a crease, it's Diggs. They'll knock him down after a pickup of 1 to the 18. It'll be 3rd and long. Corners showing press, they want to be physical here. The throw. Not quite in rhythm there. Incomplete. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He was working his way toward midfield, but they'll stop him at the 46-yard line. Guys, the Georgia State offense returns to the field. They really needed to get points on this drive to sort of steady the ship. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. Second down coming up. Brown will throw it. Unloads to the right. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
That is just a perfect example of not deciding before the snap where you have to go with the ball.
Yeah, because that will get you in trouble. You can tell right away he wants to get the ball to his primary. He's covered. He comes off of him, does a nice job being patient, taking his time, hitting the drag route, getting the first down.
Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. Georgia State now has it in the red zone. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. The offense very fortunate to get that ball back. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. Now on 4th down, they'll try to come away with 3. He got it.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Wide open downfield. Oh, out of space. That defense got gashed, but they finally get into the turf at the 47. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have 1 remaining in the half. They'll run play action. Makes the catch. It's Watkins. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. To throw, it's Simmons. Lets it fly deep downfield. And it's incomplete as he was trying to make the play in the back corner of the end zone. And the Rebels will line up to punt it away. They'll look to pin him deep. And that is just a spectacular punt, and he will pin them in the shadow of their own goalpost inside the 5. Offense has enough time to get off a play before we head to the half. Wants to go up top on 1st down. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left. 1 more snap coming before halftime. Back to pass on 2nd down. Hit as he throws. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock.
I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now, why they're trailing on the scoreboard, is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the
And man, oh man, he is in the dark tonight. His 4th interception. Was looking for a little more daylight for a big return, but he'll settle for the pick and setting his offense up at the 24. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Opening play of this drive will come from their own 23. Looking downfield on first down. The sure hands, it's Wallace. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with the first down. The Rebels want to pick up the tempo.
To be honest, I think the quarterback was a little bit surprised himself in the play call that came in that time. You've got a 3-possession lead here in the 3rd quarter of this game. You're probably expecting some short throws, some runs. And this play caller is still asking for shot plays. And listen, if you're the quarterback, you're happy to oblige. When you've got the playmakers you have offensively, just keep chucking it.
He'll take a deep shot here. Hauls it in down the sideline. Touchdown, Rebels! And the stomping has commenced.
And the second half looking a lot like the first half, and this lead continues to build. How about the rhythm of this offense? They are showing you a little bit of everything. What they worked on in the offseason has been right on point, and game 1 going exactly how they scripted it.
Here's the return from inside his 10. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Brown wants to pass. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he's had 0 rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now. I know the guy I played for back in college, he would have pulled me about 2 interceptions ago.
And that's a big shot, that's a big incompletion, but this offense has to continue to do more of that. When you're trailing and you've got to make plays, they got to find...
Oh, he's got some space. And he gets it done on 3rd down. They move the chains, and they'll mark it at the 44. And the Panthers getting set on 1st and 10. Wants to keep it in the air. Pass is incomplete, and by this stage of his career, you'd think a junior quarterback might take a little better care of the football. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. They'll leave it with him. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
With a double-digit deficit here in the second half, they're going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And it's incomplete, and the defense stands tall and gets off the field. Caught in the backfield, it's Stribling. Showing off yards. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking for a man, it's Simmons. Quickly to the flat in the wide receiver screen. Across the 25, he's got room. It's across the 20 and finally out of bounds at the 19. They're in the red zone. They're in the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 20. Run in the red zone, it's Taylor. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Back to pass. Unleashes one deep. Snag in the end zone. Touchdown, Ole Miss.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Going right to work up top. Here's a heat. Picked off. What a play to set him up. He's out of bounds after a really nice game, but there is a marker on the field.
Pass interference, defense.
And the pass interference penalty is costly, wiping out the turnover. Boy, as a defense, you hate to just hand out first downs on a penalty. Pulls it in. It's Robinson. Stopped at the 44, but he got 10 on the play. From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on first down. To the air on first down. Going up top. And it falls incomplete, but that could have been disastrous. A defender was right there. So now it's second and long. Now the play fake. Bringing the heat. Grabbed behind the line. It's Braswell. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
Now on offense, you're trying to get your running back involved here in the passing game, and obviously no success on that play. Defense seemed like they were aware of it, and all of a sudden you've set your...
He's going up top. Grabs it at the 25 in stride. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. Here's an opportunity for this offense in search of its first touchdown. It's 1st and 10. Couldn't quite hang on to the pick, and he will be thinking about that one for a long time. They're dealing with a second and long. This one's complete. Knocked down at the 6, but that completion will set up a 1st and goal. The Panthers have it with a 1st and goal. Pressure coming. Lets it fly. Touchdown, Panthers. They get it into the end zone to pay off that opportunity.
Yeah, and this offense needs a spark, man. Down big. Listen, it's game 1. It's not the end of the world, but we got a deficit. Got to put some drives together. Nice drive here. Now the defense needs to do their part because they got to put this thing in turbo.
GeorgiaState, 10.
The returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great field position. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Off the play fake on first down. The throw. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up.
And it's nice to be the middle of the field safety. That's my responsibility. I own the middle. If you want to come across the middle, I'm going to hit you. If you want to throw it across the middle, I'm going to do a good job breaking on the football. Unbelievable job. You got to have vision on the quarterback. See it, break it, go get it. Give me that INT.
Ball marked at the 26. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
Well, this is a big moment for this offense, too, because you want to capitalize on getting the turnover, right? You just threw an incompletion. Now you got a big down coming up. You've got to find a way to make a play here so that you can generate points and capitalize off of the opponent's mistake.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Trailing by multiple possessions in the 3rd and desperately needing a score, they'll go for it on 4th down. Using his legs to buy some time. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. Desperately wanted to convert on 4th down, but couldn't do it. Snags a quick pass on the left. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Finds his man. It's Lee. And they get him on the ground, and that'll probably do it for the 3rd quarter. We've come to the end of the period, and Ole Miss is on top. They built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we got here. After swapping ends of the field, they gave them a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on 3rd down. And from this angle, I don't think he got the first down. The defense won at the line of scrimmage. And the Rebels will bring the punt team onto the field. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. Wants to return it. Coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. Opening play of the drive from the 39. Wants to throw on 1st down. Dances away. He'll pull it down and run. They get him down after the scramble, but he's able to pick up a few and turn it into a positive play. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. We'll see if the offense can move the chains after that incompletion. Forced out of the pocket. Fires on the move. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
And you got to expect this offense to go for it again here on 4th down, right? Obviously trailing. We're in the 2nd half, but we saw them try to go for it on...
Converts on 4th down, and he's still going. And he's brought down after a nice game. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Looking to throw on 1st down. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Looking to throw again. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. And they can't make the connection, and it could get worse. A penalty flag on the field, and it's in the holding zone. Let's get the call. We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man. They're ripping off chunks of yardage. They get it to the 33.
This has been a frustrating day. I mean, they haven't moved the ball consistently, and now you get a play, but they haven't put 2 and 3 and 4 plays together, and that's why they're trailing in this football game. So maybe they can find some kind of a rhythm here late in the game and get something cooking.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
Georgia State ready to go with another 1st and 10. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Snagged in the middle. It's Robinson. He kept him out of the end zone, but it'll be 1st and goal from the 1-yard line. The offense knocking on the door. 1st and goal. Power ahead. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
Well, and you see the sense of urgency now going up, right, David, on defense here, creating a negative play with their backs up against the run.
Everybody's selling out to stop the run. Nice job being aggressive by this defense.
And they'll try to bite a chunk out of this lead on 3rd and goal. Oh, they're after him. Got it in the middle. It's Robinson. And they've got him down after the short completion, but they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. A field goal really doesn't do much for you in this situation, so they'll go for it on 4th and goal. Trying to barge in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Georgia State.
And the head coach is going to keep going for it on 4th down because his offense responds like that. Your coach gives you the ultimate vote of confidence. Down on the goal line, we're going for it. I believe in you guys to execute and get us in the end zone, and they pay it off. Phenomenal job up front by the offensive line. You love to see a team respond to their coach's confidence.
A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Quick completion on the out route. Across the 35, out of bounds at the 36, and a really good pickup as they're starting to move. They came out humming on this drive, and now it's first down from the 36. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Time is on their side, and they're going to wind that play clock all the way down.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Off the play fake. Catch in the middle, it's Hobbs. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup. The Rebels headed quickly to the line. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. And the Rebels come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. He'll ride his man on the option. Quick toss. And the 4th option there is to throw it in reverse, and that's what happened on that one. The Rebels will punt it away on 4th down. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. Opening play of this drive comes from the 26-yard line. Wide receiver going in motion. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
It's been tough for this QB in this one. Very small windows to throw into, and he's been under some duress as well. It's hard to find a rhythm as a QB in those types of situations, and that's why it appears as though his team's going to be leaving here with an L.
Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. Wants to go up top on first down. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Or will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Using his feet to buy time. Caught over the middle. It's Robinson. Strong, firm tackle. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. Brown will throw it. He wants a big play here late. And that one's incomplete. They were just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down.
Well, talking to the coaching staff coming into tonight, they thought they had to have success throwing the football if they were going to win this game. And one of the biggest reasons why, I'd say they're
Converts on 4th down. Still going. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. And the Panthers will have it 1st and 10. Looking downfield on first down. And that makes 5 interceptions in this one. The nightmare is alive. That's the way this defense wanted to wrap it up. Make a play themselves, finish off the game, and the offense can kneel it out from here. The defense still has a